Hello there, I'm Rayana Starr, and welcome to Permission to Thrive, where we're transforming busy women into successful and happy entrepreneurs who do less and achieve more. You might wonder, how is that possible? Well, let's find out if you're in the right place. Who this is for is you're spread thin and feel like your life is a never-ending to-do list, or perhaps you're overwhelmed and stressed out. Maybe you live in that state and you're just gotten used to it. Everyone else comes first. There's rarely enough time for you. There aren't enough hours in the day for you to get it all done. You feel like you're always behind and never doing enough. Can you relate? You feel guilty and not enough. You feel like you'd like more confidence. You feel frustrated that you aren't more successful for how hard you work. You're letting fear stopping you from going from it. Frustration slows you down. You're terrified of failing. You feel trapped and hopeless. Or perhaps you aren't making the money you want and need in your business. You don't have a consistent way you generate leads for your business. You don't have established habits and routines centered around revenue generating activities that you do daily and weekly. You aren't attracting your soulmate clients to you daily, weekly, or monthly. You don't have processes and systems to make things easier and flow better. You're frustrated that you aren't getting the results or making the money you deserve for the effort you put in. Bottom line, ladies, work and life are out of balance. Life just feels like a lot of work and not much fun right now. You want off the treadmill of constantly doing, and having a chance to actually enjoy life and break free from the rat race. You want to be more successful as an entrepreneur and feel happier and more fulfilled as a woman. So in the next 60 minutes, I'm going to show you 5 key strategies you need to implement in your life and business in order to achieve more and do less. We're going to reduce overwhelm and stress. I'm going to show you an 8-step process for doing that. Why taking care of yourself should be the top priority. And get you out of survival mode and into your thrive zone. In the next 60 minutes, you're going to learn how to set better boundaries, say no without guilt or explanation, renegotiate commitments, discover what your core values and priorities are. We're also going to show you a proven process to make 6 to 7 figures in your business in the next year without killing yourself to do it. It's actually quite simple and easy to do once you know the formula. Learn how to leverage technology and other people's time and talent in your business so you do less and achieve more. Develop habits and routines centered around revenue generating activities. How to create processes and systems that enable you to grow your business faster and have more fun doing it. That's what we're going to be talking about for this next 60 minutes. So my big promises to deliver to you today is to give you hope that there's more to life than a never-ending to-do list, reduce overwhelm and stress and show you how to do less and achieve more, give you permission to thrive by reversing the paradigm and putting yourself first so you and everyone else are happier, healthier, and more successful. And to show you a proven process for how to earn 6 to 7 figures by developing habits and routines centered on revenue generating activities. So does this seem like you on a personal level? You feel obligated to help people, you put everyone first, your needs are after everybody else is taken care of, you're burnt out and worn down, you feel frustrated at how busy you are and that you never seem to make progress, you feel like you never do enough, achieve enough, and that you're not good enough. How about you wonder if there's more to life? You aren't happy if you're really honest with yourself. You suffer from health concerns that you're minimizing and kind of complacent about. You're just tolerating aches and pains, sleep deprivation and fatigue and stress. You don't want to bother anyone or be a burden. You're afraid of disappointing people. You dream of escaping to an easier, more relaxed lifestyle where you enjoy life more. You feel trapped in a vicious cycle every single day when you wake up. In your business, do you wake up in the middle of the night worried about your business because you don't have a strong marketing and sales system for generating leads consistently? You don't know where the business is coming from? Do you feel like you're on the brink of success but silently doubt yourself and wonder if you should just go get a job instead? Perhaps you're struggling to attract qualified leads through your soulmate clients. On a roller coaster ride, you can't seem to generate a consistent stream of revenue that you can count on every month. You're working long hours, but still don't make the income you deserve or desire. You're not getting paid what you're worth, and you're giving away too much. So the real problem here is you're suffering from the Wonder Woman complex. You're trying to be the perfect woman, wife, mother, boss, sister, daughter, friend, worker. You are working too hard and doing too much and not getting the results you want or the rewards you desire and deserve for your efforts. You don't have the 5 strategies for doing less and achieving more to live a happier and more successful life. Once you follow these 5 strategies that I'm going to share with you just right now in like a minute, wake up every morning and look forward to the day because you're in control and have scheduled time for yourself. You won't dread the day and feel stressed out and overwhelmed anymore. You'll have tools to reduce all that and be more effective and successful. You'll feel more confident and willing to stretch yourself and face your fears. You'll also have more time off to enjoy life without sacrificing success. In fact, you'll be more successful and it'll be easier. You'll surround yourself with supportive, happy, positive people who cheer you on and believe in you and support you in what you're doing. You'll let go of all those toxic, negative relationships. You'll be able to grow into the leader you want to be by learning to delegate and automate to elevate your business success and life enjoyment. You'll stop giving away your precious time and realize just how valuable your time is. You're going to start charging what you're worth. You'll be able to charge premium pricing for doing work that you love. You'll work only with your soulmate clients and make a connection with them that feels like magic for both of you. You don't even have to sell because they come ready to buy. That is the only client I work with now. It's a game changer. It can transform your business. You start working smarter, not harder, and feel more creative in your business, more inspired. Once you follow these 5 strategies, you're going to have all the pieces of the puzzles to take care of yourself first and then grow a successful 6 to 7 figure business by implementing a proven system that gets results. You'll succeed in your business with effortless ease and thrive and enjoy your life with more happiness and freedom. Doesn't all that sound awesome? Now, I'm going to share all these 5 strategies with you right now, but first, who am I? And I'm not going to go on and on and on. I'm going to be real quick here. I'm Rayana Starr. I'm an award-winning business coach. I'm certified in neurolinguistic programming and hypnotherapy and timeline therapy. Those are tools that help me help clients powerfully shift their mindset and discard worn out limiting beliefs, fears, insecurities, so that you feel empowered to be able to take action and conquer fear. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology. At one point, I was going to become a psychologist and then a minister, and then I found coaching. I've been a coach for 22 years. I've coached thousands of entrepreneurs on how to start up and grow their scale their businesses to 6 and 7 figures. And I believe in walking my talk. I've done the same in my own businesses. I'm a badass boss babe. I am fearless, meaning I don't have a lot of fear. So I go for it. I'm humble enough to be willing to make mistakes through trial and error. And then what I do is I come back and figure out what that process was, figure out how do you get there faster, sooner, easier, and then I share that with my clients. My superpower is shortcutting your success and giving you my experience and wisdom so that you can get there faster and easier. Probably the role I'm most proud of is being a dog mom. I've probably rescued hundreds of dogs in my life. I'm the proud mom of 3 furry, 4-legged kids, and I actually mean that. They are my kids. So we all want to be more successful, happy, and free. We want time freedom. We want financial freedom. And when it's all said and done, in the end, if you keep asking, what else do you want? What else? What else? In the end, it's about being happy and feeling successful and free. That's what I want to give you access to with this webinar. So let's dive in. I'm going to go at a fast pace. Feel free to pause the video and take notes, or you can always watch it again. The first place we've got to start is to reduce overwhelm and stress, because if we don't do that, you don't have the capacity to do the four other strategies. So we're going to start there. What is overwhelm? It's to cause to be overcome with emotion as a result of an amount of something, amount of work, an amount of stress, an amount of emotions that's just too much to handle. There's just too much you need to do or deal with, and you can't handle it. So how do you deal with being overwhelmed with too much to do and not enough time to do it? Do you have a plan or a strategy, or did you just cope the best you can? Or does it render you inert? Do you just freeze and just the overwhelm stops you from being able to do anything? Well, I have a strategy, and one of the things I do is I experiment and I see problems. Oftentimes I see gaps and problems before other people see them. And I experiment with finding the best solution for that. And then I develop a process around that to find what works. So that's what I did with overwhelm. Many years ago, I just noticed, wow, a lot of people are overwhelmed. A lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of real estate investors, those are my two niches. A lot of people, and that stops them from taking action. So I developed a very simple, effective process for reducing overwhelm and stress, so it doesn't stop you in traction. You can take action and get more done. It's an 8-step process. It's a tool for never having to let overwhelm cause you stress or inaction again. And here it is. I'm just going to give it to you as a gift for free. In fact, under this video window, you'll see a big purple button that says Reduce Overwhelm. If you push that button, it'll give you access to this whole training for free. It's a video with a workbook, and it takes you through these steps. The video is less than 20 minutes, and the workbook just helps you put your thoughts down in one place. And so my gift to you, and what it's covering, and that's why I'm going to go very quickly through these 8 steps, because you will have that video, and I even show you the link on the next screen. You're going to drain your brain. There's something interesting about this. You'll feel immediate relief when you brain drain on a piece of paper or on a screen, like open a Google Doc or a Word doc, and just everything that's in your mind in no particular order, just stream of consciousness, just dump it. Just keep asking, is there anything else? Is there anything else? Until it's all gone. Then come back the next day, see if there's anything else. Then what you're going to do is categorize that list, that brain drain list, and you're going to look at it and see, what are all the areas in my life that are on this list? Like, are there financial concerns? Are there family obligations, work problems, business stuff? What are health concerns? What are the categories? I don't recommend creating more than 6 to 8 categories. One of them is going to be quick and easy. Quick and easy tasks are things that can be done in under an hour. Then you're going to organize your list into these categories, and then you're going to start scheduling things. Start with scheduling some quick and easy tasks, maybe 1 a day for the next week, or maybe 3 for the week, whatever you feel capable of handling. And then look at the list and prioritize what's the most urgent, and then schedule those things. You don't have to schedule everything on your brain drain list. Just start with today and this week. And then as you get those things done, you come back to your brain drain list. It's all categorized. And then you look at what's next. And you start working that list through into your schedule. Now we're going to deal with mindset in that video training. There is definitely a correlation to perfectionism and procrastination when it comes to overwhelm and rendering you inactive because you're overwhelmed. Then we're going to take action, scheduling it, dealing with the fears, the limiting beliefs, and then taking action. That's why there's a quick and easy category on the list. Let's start with quick, easy tasks that can be done in under an hour, because they get you taking action, and action is the remedy for overwhelm. And then it's very important, these last 2 steps, steps 7 and 8, that you track your progress. Either you're crossing things off the list, or you're putting a check mark by them, or a gold star, or a happy face, or you're journaling, or you're keeping track on a spreadsheet or your calendar, because tracking it and then celebrating it, the emotional part of that, tracking it is the mental, logical part. Celebrating is the emotional part that sinks into your unconscious mind that you are, in fact, making progress and getting things done. So it's a state shift, and it empowers your confidence, and it boosts your self-esteem, and you're motivated and you're on your way. So this link to this video training is in a button right below this video. You just click on that button. It brings you to this link. It takes less than 20 minutes to do the video. If you were to stop, download the workbook, and do the process step by step while you're watching the video, you could go through the whole thing in less than an hour. It's a reliable tool that you can use forever and never feel overwhelmed again, or if you do, you can get out of it quickly. It's my gift to you for free. Enjoy. Okay, now let's keep moving. There's more here. I'm just getting started. Okay, strategy 2, paradigm shift to radical self-care as the foundation for your life, your business, everything. Now that may feel like a tall order. Stick with me. What is radical self-care? Why is it so crucial to your success, well-being, and happiness? Because if you put yourself first, then when you focus on other people, you're coming from a whole place, and you aren't coming from a depleted place, a resentful place, it's sacrificing you, you're being a martyr. You're coming from a place where you can give your best, and you can give generously because you've taken care of you first. It's a lot like the oxygen mask in a plane. When the flight attendants are doing their safety presentation before the plane takes off, they say, put your oxygen mask on first if you're traveling with children, and then help them put theirs on. You have to survive and be the best version of you in order to help others. Okay, so radical self-care is the assertion that you have the responsibility to take care of yourself first before attempting to take care of others. The oxygen mask, if you are in a panic about your own survival, you can't help others. You can't help others if you don't survive. You've got to put that oxygen mask on you first. So you've got to fill up your cup first so that you have a reservoir that's an overflow to give to others. So radical self-care gives you the capacity to heal and thrive and move forward and take on more and move on to the next chapter of your life and your business. So where do you start? Well, focus on these 8 areas of radical self-care to live a happy, healthy, and balanced, successful life, not all at once. You start small. Start with one area. I'm going to whip through these because we're going to cover them in more detail in a little bit. Physical, your body. That's your diet, exercise, energy, sleep. Emotional, reducing negative emotions, enhancing more positive ones. A lot of that is affected by relationships, being around positive people that support you. Psychological is your mindset, your attitude, your perception. Spiritual, do you feel all alone in the world, or is there like a way you can tap into your deeper core self? Is it going into nature? Is it praying? Is it meditating? Relationships of all kinds, not just your romantic relationship, your relationships with siblings, children, workers, friends. Professional, your work. Do you grind away and work too much? Do you do work that you hate? Financial, are you saving and planning for the future and investing, or are you just in denial and just don't want to go there? And then last but not least, and this would be after you've addressed these first 7 areas, you then have the capacity to give to your community. What's the impact, the legacy you want to have on the world? So what's at risk here? You may think that you don't have the time for radical self-care, that's optional for other women that aren't that busy. But actually, if you're busy, stressed out, and just don't feel like you could fit it in, and just watching this webinar and taking an hour of time to watch this is a lot for you, then I have to stress that it's urgently important that you actually do make radical self-care your top priority, because you are in serious need of it. Consider if you continue as you are, neglecting your needs and taking care of yourself in these 8 essential areas. What's going to happen if you can't keep up with it all, or you have a breakdown? What are the costs or consequences going to be for your family, your finances, your business, your success if something happens to you? Think about the impact it'll have on you and those who count on you if you burn out or break down or get sick or develop an irreversible disease like I did, an autoimmune disease, because of the constant stress you're subjecting yourself to, because you wouldn't take care of yourself first. You were being a martyr. You were just being a sacrificial lamb. That doesn't work. It doesn't work for you or anyone you're serving, because people sense when you're resenting or that you want something in return. So you're really not giving and taking care of people from a pure place. It's from resentment. It's from obligation. It's because you're a people pleaser. You don't want to disappoint people. Women, we all have this in us. When you make radical self-care your top priority in your life, you avoid all that negative drama. What will happen if you can't do what you do anymore? How's your life going to change? How's it going to impact your finances, your quality of life, your family? What could you even sustain your current life if you're not able to do what you're doing right now? Most likely not. Most likely it's going to have a dramatically negative impact on you and your life if you don't make a change. So what's at risk? It's not a matter of if, but when that breakdown is going to happen if you don't make a change and make radical self-care your top priority in your life, like right now. And it just starts with one change. Okay, so it's not easy though. It requires a transformation, like a impactful change that affects all areas of your life, a transformation of your mindset, your habits. It requires the motivation is so strong that you're going to do whatever it takes to develop new habits and routines focused around radical self-care and make that a priority. And it's difficult to do alone, especially if you have people in your environment that benefit from you staying the way you are and doing things the way you're doing them. So the first step is awareness. That's what this webinar is all about. Then start with one change that's going to make the biggest difference for you right now. And then another, and little by little, one change at a time can transform you and your life in a relatively short period of time. So one step to radical self-care. What's one change in one of these 8 areas that you want to commit to for yourself that could make the biggest impact right now in your life? Is it to change your diet or exercise, get more sleep or rest? I mean, that's where I would start. Get more sleep or rest. If you're sleep deprived, that's not to be carried around like a badge of honor. Sleep is very important for your health, your immune system, your metabolism. And then, are you rushing around from one activity to the next and packing your days so full that you're just completely frazzled and depleted by the end of the day? What about building in 10 to 15 minutes for a Starbucks break, or a chance to just go to a park for 15 or 20 minutes to just walk around in your bare feet in the grass? Whatever, little tiny things can make such a big difference emotionally. Are you a drama queen? Do you just react to everything? What could you do to be calmer? Could it be yoga, meditation, listening to soothing music? Psychologically, more like your mindset, your attitude, your perception. Do you have a skeptical, cynical, or negative outlook on life? How could you upgrade that to be more positive? Spiritual, what's a way for you to just tap into your source, something greater than yourself or that empowers you deep within? Is it nature? Is it meditation? Is it prayer? Relationships, surround yourself with positive people who support you and believe in you. Anybody else isn't worth your time or day. If you want to fly like an eagle, don't hang out with turkeys, because who you hang out with does have a significant impact on you. Financially, saving and investing for the future, or are you just not wanting to deal with it? And then ultimately, eventually, this eighth area would come after you've like gotten these other areas in balance, so you can make an impact and leave a legacy on your community. So make a commitment to just one thing in one of these 8 areas and schedule it. Make it a priority. Okay, that doesn't mean you're going to be perfect. It doesn't mean that you're going to all of a sudden be able to do that every day and as perfectly like you want. Ease into it. Consider the cost to you and your life and those who rely on you if you don't. All right, so my story, I was a workaholic. Now, not the worst kind of workaholic, but I had a lot of stress. And during the pandemic, I looked at that as an opportunity like, okay, if I'm going to be sequestered and locked down, I might as well get more done. I got certified in NLP, hypnotherapy, and timeline therapy. You know, I bought a house. I started a business. I employed people. I, did a whole bunch of stuff. And my body broke down and rescued my mom. She had lost her business and pretty much everything due to COVID. And I just was being Wonder Woman, just doing it all until I couldn't. And I didn't even realize how much stress I had been under until other people pointed it out. And I didn't realize it until later, it was what it was costing me. And I'll say something about that here in a bit. I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's. It's an autoimmune disease that affects the thyroid. Basically, your immune system is attacking the thyroid as if it's a foreign invader. It caused severe inflammation in my body, worst case my doctor had ever seen in 30 years. So I needed to transform fast. I'm motivated. My identity is very much that I am a strong, healthy, vivacious person. So having this diagnosis, I was just like, no. So I changed my diet, my lifestyle, started exercising, started working with my doctor, and hired a functional medicine doctor to help me really work on reducing the inflammation, getting my mojo back, dropped 40 pounds. And I'm still in that process of trial and error of finding what works best for me. Hashimoto's is a touchy thing. It affects different people different ways, but it affects your immune system and your metabolism. So it's looking at, am I getting enough sleep? Am I getting enough rest? Am I eating the right foods? How do foods affect me? Deep, radical self-care journey. And that wasn't how I was living life. I was very much a giver, give. And when I started to really commit to this and got that being healthy and living a happy, less stressed life was really good for me, that life got easier. So it started with reducing stress. And like I said, I didn't even realize how much stress I had. But what I did learn is once I did reduce stress and make some changes and put radical self-care first, I realized what stress was costing me. It reduced my capacities for patience, for tolerance. I was on edge. I just, was very type A. And I'm not a type A person. People think I am, but when I'm stressed out, I am. I didn't have a lot of capacity for wasting time. And I didn't have a lot of patience with my mother, who's aging and has some memory issues. I didn't like who I was becoming because of all that stress. So I started a radical self-care routine that incorporated what I needed to feel taken care of before I dive into my day and take care of everyone else. As a strategic business coach, my job, my business, my work is all about other people and helping them get where they want to go and helping them figure out what's going to work for them in life and business. And so I've got to give from an authentic place of generosity. So I've got to fill myself up first and be in good shape so that I can walk my talk and give people the best I've got. So I take time off to do nothing or whatever I want to recharge my batteries. I love jammy days and binging on Netflix. I don't feel guilty or shamed when I do that because it rejuvenates me and recharges me. And then I'm It gives me something. It soothes my soul and regenerates my body so I get my mojo back and I have more to give. I get a massage every month. I take time to enjoy the simple pleasures in life, like gardening. I just did a big project, spring cleaning, got my deck all ready for spring and planted a bunch of flowers. There's a couple of birds, and they have a little nest nestled under my kitchen window, watching them do that, and the babies, cuddling my dogs, reading something for the sheer pleasure. I never got what magazines were all about. I just never took time to read them. Now I know that I'm a woman of leisure when I get to read a magazine just because I feel like it. So I'm not struggling or striving anymore. I used to live in that space to get somewhere, to be someone, to achieve something, to finally reach that place where I have arrived. Well, I've arrived. I don't need to be a multimillionaire or what other people's views of success are. I'm content and happy and healthy and more successful with less effort, working less hours. I'm living life on my term and I'm content and happy. Why is this important? If you don't change something by choice now while you still can, the change is going to be forced upon you later. There's no way around that. That's just going to be what happens, whether you like it or not. So why wait until something breaks down, like your health or your mental well-being? And when it's not too late, like right now, to make changes by choice and enjoy them. So what about you have a choice right now to embrace radical self-care and make it the top priority in your life so that everything else works better and you get better results with less effort and stress. So think about it, what it would be like to reduce overwhelm and stress and actually have time to enjoy life by taking time off just for you, to take yourself on a date all by yourself, to just go look at an art exhibit or take yourself out to lunch or to just go for a leisurely walk in a beautiful place or to sneak away to the movies, to do something and not owe anyone an explanation just because it's good for you and your soul. So just one thing. What is that one thing you can change? What's that one thing you can do for yourself that will feel like radical self-care to you? Don't compare yourself to me or anyone else. What's that one thing? It might be just to get more rest or to get more sleep. So what's one thing that's going to have the biggest impact on the quality of life for you? Emotionally, psychologically, physically. So here's some of the, I start with sleep because I was sleep deprived for many, many years. And getting enough sleep is so crucial to your well-being. What about a change in diet to get more energy and a pep in your step? When I changed my diet, it made a huge difference. Aches and pains in my joints disappeared. I was sleeping better. I had more energy. I felt better about myself. What about exercise? That's been an off and on thing for me throughout my life. I always feel better when I exercise, but I always think of it as work, like, oh, I got, but then when I do it, I love it. So exercise is a funny thing. By exerting energy, it actually gives you energy and strength and makes you feel proud of yourself and good. But it gives you energy if you tend to be anxious or have depression as an issue. Exercise is a very good thing for you. It doesn't have to be going into the gym. It could be just go for a beautiful walk down your street or in a park. Just make it something pleasant and pleasurable for you. What about evaluating some of your commitments and letting some of them go? And that may be a challenging one for you. Maybe you don't say no to other people enough and you're just a people pleaser and you do things out of obligation. What you need to do is look at what that's costing you. What are the consequences of you just letting everyone else run you ragged and doing everything for everybody else except for yourself? You need to say no to others more often and yes to yourself. So what do you need to say yes to yourself about? What's that one thing? Perhaps there's a toxic relationship you need to let go of. Maybe it's because you've known them for a long time and you feel obligated, or they did something for you and they're holding it over you and you feel obligated and loyalty. And it's a false sense of loyalty because if that person is manipulating you or gaslighting you or they're just negative and they pull you down, or they're jealous, that isn't going to help you. It's bringing your vibrational frequency down. And there is a thing on the frequency of emotions. Look it up. Courage is the baseline emotion at 200 hertz. You want to stay above courage and into those more positive emotions. Negative people, like I said, if you want to fly like an eagle, don't hang out with turkeys. What will it cost you if you don't change? If you don't start radical self-care as a committed way of life, what's it going to cost you in these 8 areas? What's it going to cost you physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually? What's it going to cost you in your relationships if you keep going the way you're going? Maybe there's some relationships you need to let go of and you're afraid of. Look, my experience has been when I've let go of relationships that aren't good for me because they're using me or they're negative or whatever it is, they're trying to control me, whatever it is, there's a void that gets created and better, higher quality relationships come in to fill it up if you are growing and elevating your frequency. Professionally, are you achieving your goals? Or are you grinding away at a job that you hate? And financially, are you saving and investing? Are you paying attention? Do you have a budget? Do you feel free, secure, trapped? And then ultimately, what kind of impact or legacy do you want to leave? How do you want to serve others after you've taken care of yourself? So what's the benefit to radical self-care and making a commitment to it as a way of life, like the foundation? If you change that one thing, what's the biggest benefit it's going to have for you and your loved ones? Think about the impact on your attitude, your energy, your overall outlook and approach to life. What impact will it have on your relationships, your health, your finances? Now, these strategies build one on top of the others, and they're in a particular order deliberately. We've got to reduce overwhelm and stress so it opens up capacity for you to even consider anything else. And then we have to really commit to radical self-care as a way to be at our best so that we can actually give more and operate more effectively and give from an authentic, generous place, not a place that depletes us. Now, part of that process is taking control back, setting better boundaries with the people in your life. And that's hard with family and your children, your spouse, good friends. They've gotten used to things being a certain way. And now you're going to change things. That's difficult. And balance. What do I mean by balance? Specifically, you stepping back from the busyness of your life and reevaluating everything and deciding to let go of certain obligations and tasks and things you're doing for other people or because of other people or whatever, and actually evaluating, what are my values? What's important to me? What are my priorities? Because you are the only person who lives with you from the moment you're born to the moment you die. You are the one person who's with you your entire life. You should matter. So the old way is you suffer from the Wonder Woman complex that I did. You're trying to be all things to all people, the perfect woman, wife, sister, daughter, friend, etc. You do too much for others and not enough for yourself. You're a people pleaser. You have a hard time saying no. You're afraid of disappointing people. You're overworked and underappreciated, being taken advantage of, taken for granted. You feel obligated to help others even when they haven't asked. You fix and rescue. You're a good little martyr and codependent. You lack healthy boundaries and give even when it will cost you something you really don't want to give. Yikes. Ouch. Been there, done that. All of these things I've been guilty of. You've gotten used to being tired and sleep deprived, stressed out and overwhelmed. It's been a way of life. What's at stake? Everything. Your sanity, your health, your quality of life, your relationships, your success, your financial security and freedom, your happiness. It's costing you. If you're willing to look at it It will be huge, a transformation. The transformation starts with awareness and just being aware of what is it costing you to be overwhelmed and stressed out and putting everyone else first. The new way. You learn the power of saying no and setting healthy boundaries with others and say yes to yourself. You deserve to take some time for yourself, to take care of yourself, to put yourself first. Oxygen mask. When you put yourself first, you serve others better. You learn how to set healthy boundaries and develop courage to stand your ground and stand for your convictions. You make choices and decisions based on your values and what's important to you, and don't allow other people's demands and distractions to detour or hijack you from what's important to you. You feel confident and powerful. You learn to let go of unhealthy relationships that no longer serve you. You start asking for help and you start to receive. You receive. You say thank you. You let it in. You get the support you need to make the changes you need to make in your life, because this transformation is not easy. You need support. I certainly did. Why is this important? Do you want to be happy? Can you sustain the current pace you're going? Do you really want to be busy versus successful with less effort? What's it costing you in your relationships, health and happiness, and overall quality of life? What's the point of working so hard if you're never going to enjoy it or take time off? What's it going to cost you in the future if you don't change? Think about 1 year out. You don't change anything. You just keep going the way you're going, and it's 1 year from today. And you're just continuing to do what you do, go at the pace you go. And what's that going to be like 1 year out? Think about 3 years of nothing changing, you continuing to be overwhelmed, stressed out, packing your schedule, saying yes to everyone, and not doing enough for yourself, and not focusing on what's important to you in your business and in your life so that you can achieve what you want. Can you even go there and consider what that would be like in 5 years if you just keep going the way you're going? Can you even think about what 10 years like that would be? Sheer torture to me at the rate I was going. I was going to be miserable, resentful, and bitter. So, here's a quick recap of what we've covered so far. We've started with reducing overwhelm and stress. I gave you an 8-step process that frees you up to focus on what's important to you now, shifting that paradigm, making radical self-care a top priority so that you can serve others at a higher level because you're coming from a whole place, not trying to fill a hole. You're not giving away stuff you don't want to give or don't have to give. You're reevaluating your boundaries, values, and priorities, and now that's your new compass for what makes it to your to-do list. And now that you're taken care of, it's time to approach work and approaching your business from a completely different paradigm as well. So these last 2 strategies are about shifting from the personal into business. Strategy 4, implement the power of small action plan. What is the power of small? Well, most people want dramatic changes overnight. They're impatient and lack discipline. They just aren't willing to do the work. They want instant gratification. The power of small is a simple concept. It yields huge rewards over time. It's a cumulative effect of, here it is, taking one simple action, focusing on that one simple action until you've got it as a habit, until it's automatic, and then you just focus on the next one. And over time, it's amazing what you can achieve. For example, exercising just 15 to 30 minutes a day, not being a gym rat who's in the gym for hours every day, but just a few minutes every day. Over time, what could that one little change do? I'll tell you, doing a HIIT routine for 15 minutes a day actually helped me start exercising regularly again after not exercising for 2 or 3 years. And it was like, oh, it's only 15 minutes. It got me moving my body again. So keep it super simple. As human beings, we like to complicate things. We want to make ourselves feel more important and to justify what we're doing, but that's not necessary. That's an ego thing to make yourself feel more important. But when we keep things super simple, it relieves a lot of stress and we get things done in a more efficient and effective way. And here's the thing. Busy people aren't necessarily successful people. So think about that. Super successful people like the Bill Gates and the Warren Buffetts and the Elon Musks and the Bezos, I forget, Alex Bezos, they aren't busy because they have to be. They're doing what they want to do because they can. So how could this affect the 8 essential areas of your life to just take it one action at a time, one commitment at a time? Think about your business, for example. If you were to delegate and automate to elevate, a lot of women entrepreneurs that I come across in my Facebook group, Empowering Women Entrepreneurs to Succeed in Business, they don't think they can afford to hire help. They don't realize that there are VAs out there that could help take 10 or 15 hours off your plate a week for $5 an hour. Isn't that worth $50, $75 a week to free you up to expand your capacity so you could actually work in your zone of brilliance? That's going to increase your ability to earn more. Think about how much faster you could grow and how much more money you could make if you didn't have to do it all yourself. A lot of busy women just feel trapped in that Wonder Woman complex of trying to do it all themselves. What would be possible if you actually leverage technology and other people's time and talent to do the work for you? Are you willing to let go of control and make an investment in your freedom? The old way, you have the hope marketing system. You hope for qualified prospects to find you. You don't have a consistent marketing routine that you do daily. You don't really know what to do that works to attract your soulmate clients. You're lost about how to use social media to market your business. You don't really have a marketing budget. You think that because you don't have money to spend on marketing, you can't do it. Organic means something you eat without pesticides spread all over it, but you don't know how to leverage organic marketing strategies to generate leads for free. You're either going to trade time to make dollars, or you're going to later on, as you get successful, you're going to buy your time back. So it's one or the other. You don't have a funnel set up or even know how important that is for your business. You don't have a sales process. You're afraid of selling. You're uncomfortable asking people to pay you. You don't have consistent habits and routines that center around revenue generating activities. You're struggling and striving. Man, I struggled and strived most of my life. You wish for more hours in the day. You don't have a process or system that gets more done with less effort and time. You think you have to do it all because no one else can do it as good as you can. You need to control everything because you don't trust anyone else. You don't think you can afford to invest in building your business infrastructure to leverage technology to make things flow faster and easier. You actually can't afford not to. You don't think you can afford to hire virtual assistants to do a lot of the menial and monotonous tasks in your business for you. You are a solopreneur slave who's trapped in the vicious cycle of doing it all yourself to save money. The new way. You develop processes and systems that leverage technology and other people's time and talent. You establish new habits and routines that focus on revenue generating activities like networking, marketing, and selling that attracts qualified leads and makes sales. You learn to lead and let go of control to gain more freedom. You invest in the support and systems you need to thrive and succeed faster and easier. You invest in yourself and your business. You define your soulmate client. You excavate and showcase your superpowers proudly and with confidence. You create your message and learn how to write the right kind of copy and content to attract your soulmate client in your marketing. You learn how to sell with confidence from the heart in a way that empowers both you and your new clients. You get comfortable being visible. You develop a marketing and sales system that gets results. You automate your marketing to attract leads with or without you. The Permission to Thrive process, this program isn't about getting one result. It's about a comprehensive transformation that impacts all aspects of your life to level up so you thrive. Aren't you tired of just getting by and surviving barely? Don't you want to thrive, have plenty and enough of everything that you need and want? It's about helping you achieve your goals and dreams with less effort and more joy by making radical self-care a priority first and then focusing on work from a whole new empowered place. It's about leveraging technology and other people's time and talent so you can do less and achieve more and evolve into that badass boss babe you're destined to become. This program is about supporting your success in a safe space and to give you permission to experiment and explore and find out what's important to you and the best way for you to create a life that empowers you. Can you even allow yourself that? Here's the steps to the Permission to Thrive process. We've covered some of these steps in this webinar. We're going to reduce overwhelm and stress, then we're going to commit to radical self-care. You're going to learn to set better boundaries and establish what your values are, which determine what your to-do list will be. Then we're going to figure out who your soulmate client is and excavate and showcase your superpowers that boost your self-esteem and confidence. It helps you realize the value that you do bring in your business so you are comfortable asking people to pay you what you're worth. We're going to develop content and copy that helps you express that so you can attract your soulmate clients. You're going to get more comfortable being visible and engaging people through videos, through your content, through your marketing. You're going to learn what organic social media marketing is, free, but you invest your time to attract people, to get visible, to let people know about your product and service. And then you're going to learn to serve through selling in a way that feels good to you and them. And then you're going to continue to nurture those clients and convert them into raving fans that want more and more as you upsell them to other products and programs that you create for them, so that you have a successful business, a happy life, and that time and financial freedom that you deserve and desire and are working so hard to figure out how to attain. This is where it starts. This process encompasses everything. It is a comprehensive transformation, one step at a time, from the inside out. Do less and achieve more. Okay, so it starts with taking care of yourself first. We build on that foundation. Then we start with small changes that become habits and routines, and then we add more as you master each stage. We create a customized plan that works for you to implement all the stages of success. You learn to let go of control to have more freedom by leveraging technology and other people's time and talent to get it all done while you do less and achieve more. You learn to operate in your zone of brilliance and let technology and other people you hire do the rest so you can be at your best doing what you love. What else? This is a powerful process of transformation that takes time. We provide a safe space to be vulnerable and authentic. We meet weekly in small, intimate Thrive circles of 8 to 12 women who are committed to thriving versus surviving and just getting by. We focus on one step at a time with exercises, activities, experiences to increase awareness and motivate you to take action. There's accountability built into this program so you feel supported and empowered. It's an interactive and experiential process. You participate and take one small action each and every week to make steady progress. We focus on progress rather than perfection. We focus on process rather than results, because once you master those skills, you get results. There are daily and weekly exercises and rituals and activities and experiences to encourage you in making radical self-care the top priority in your life. We support each other on our journeys. Everything's confidential and stays in our sacred Thrive circles. Why is this important to you? None of this matters if you don't take action and choose to do something differently. You can watch this video and be inspired, but unless you commit to make some drastic changes in your life, nothing's going to change until a change is forced upon you by some unwelcome, startling event like a health scare, getting laid off from work, having a financial upset, or losing someone important. So, what's one change that you'd like to make that will have the biggest impact in your business and life? Do you need more than one change for everything to work better? Most programs focus on just one change or result. The Permission to Thrive program gives you access to have it all, that happy life and successful business. We focus on all of it. Where do you want to start? But wait, we're not done yet. There's one more strategy, okay? Get the support. Sorry, I whipped through that. Get the support you need to succeed. No one succeeds alone. We all need help and support. You can learn through trial and error like I've done, and eventually you'll succeed, but how long is that going to take you? I want to help you shortcut that by loaning you my experience and helping you get there faster. Do you have a resilient spirit, or are you determined enough to deal with the fear, frustration, and failure that is part of this long journey of being a successful entrepreneur that then has that time and financial freedom? Do you persevere or give up at the slightest setback and get discouraged? Or do you bounce back quickly and make a commitment to yourself that you'll never give up until you succeed? My experience is most people aren't built this way. They don't have the resilience, the determination, and that commitment to bounce back. That's what this program is for, is to support you while you go through that process. And all successful people hire coaches and mentors to help them get there faster and easier. We all need help and support. Hiring experts who get results, first you want to vet people. You want to make sure they're the real deal, that they are actually who they say they are, that they're going to get results. Do you want success easier, faster, and have it be more fun? Then you don't have to learn and struggle and strive to figure it out and take years to do that. Would you like to trade in that stress and overwhelm for success, happiness, and freedom? Do you deprive yourself of getting the support you need because you don't think you deserve to invest in yourself and your business? Aren't you tired of struggling and striving? Are you afraid you'll spend a lot of money on a program or coach and not get the results promised? I had that happen. It's so frustrating. So I made sure that I'm not ever going to be that person to someone. When you hire an experienced coach to show you the way, it empowers you and gives you certainty about the path you're on because it's proven. And now you're being guided by an experienced Sherpa who's walked that path many times and is now showing you the best route to get the results you desire in the fastest, easiest way. You have certainty about something that's been proven and works. It's like, okay, this has worked for them and other people. Okay, it can work for me. You have someone who's by your side, guiding you, encouraging you, cheering you on every step of the way. You're not alone. As entrepreneurs, it can be very lonely. Why is this so important? How much time do you have to achieve what you want to achieve in your business? Do you have years or merely months to prove to yourself and your family that you can do it? Time's our most precious commodity. You can make more money, but you can't buy more time back. Once it's gone, it's gone. How much energy or money do you have to make it happen? When you hire an expert to show you the way, that it saves you so much precious time and money because you succeed faster and you get where you want to go faster and easier. It saves you so much time and money. So here's 7 mistakes to avoid, and we're coming on the home stretch here. We're almost done. Letting overwhelm prevent you from taking action and receive the transformation you seek and crave. Chasing shiny objects for a quick fix that doesn't really address everything you need and want. Or being complacent and continuing as you are, not changing because it's uncomfortable and okay, things are okay the way they are. Think about getting to the end of your life. Are you going to have regrets? about all those things you didn't do. More people have regrets about all the stuff they deprived themselves of in their life than they ever do about the things they did. 4, procrastinating and waiting for things to miraculously improve. They're not going to. You need to make a choice, a change, and then take action. Not getting the guidance and support you need to make the journey. 6, not feeling worthy of investing in yourself. This is such a woman thing. If this is important to you, you are worth investing. Letting fear rob you of your happily ever after by not taking action. This webinar isn't going to make a bit of difference if you don't take action as a result of it. Today, I promised you to give you hope that there's more to life than a never-ending to-do list. To reduce overwhelm and stress and show you how to do less and achieve more, I gave you that 8-step process. Give you permission to thrive by reversing the paradigm of putting yourself first so you and everyone else are happier, healthier, and more successful by committing to radical self-care. And then show you a proven process for how to earn 6 figures by developing habits and routines centered on revenue-generating activities. I've given you a glimpse at the tip of the iceberg. This is a 6-month program where I work with a small, select group of women who really want this transformation in their lives and in their businesses. So what do you need to thrive, to do less and achieve more, to thrive in your business and life? These 5 strategies that I've shared with you today that I'm just going to recap here: reducing overwhelm and stress, committing to radical self-care, taking control back, setting better boundaries, getting a balance, figuring out your values and priorities. That's what determines your to-do list. Implementing the power of small action plan, one small change over time, a little bit at a time. Hiring experts to support you and show you the way so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Now, you have a choice. You can watch this webinar and say, oh, wow, that was nice, Rayana. Thank you for sharing. And it'll make no difference in your life whatsoever. Or perhaps there's something that you really resonated with in this webinar that is something that you really relate to, or all of it, or something that you ache in your soul for, that you don't have access to right now. So how can I help? My team and I have set aside some time over the next couple of days to speak with you and help you figure out how you could apply some of these ideas into your life and business so you can right now start living a happier, healthier, wealthier life by figuring out how you need to do less to achieve more. And how I can help is specifically in that session, we'll work with you to help you figure out what you need. We'll draft a step-by-step plan to help you reduce overwhelm and stress, make a commitment to radical self-care, figure out how to set better boundaries, how to, what small actions could you start to take that'll have the biggest impact on your life and your business right now, so that you can eventually get to that point where you're having those 10 and 20 and 30 and beyond K months in your business while enjoying life more and not killing yourself. This connection call is absolutely free. I just want to help more women avoid all the stress and struggling and striving and stress and overwhelm and physical breakdowns that I had. So, who this is for, these calls are reserved only for you if you're fed up with things the way they are and you want to change. You're highly motivated to make some significant changes in your life in order to be happier, healthier, and more successful. And you're willing to take action. This is important. And do whatever it takes to find the right person and solution that resonates with you. If you resonate with me and what I've shared in this webinar, I would love to bring you into one of my Thrive circles and nurture this process in you to empower you to live to your full potential and be content and happy and healthy and thrive. Are you ready to get the support and guidance you need? You need to have these 4 things to earn one of those calls, to schedule one of those calls with me and my team. Okay? So, why am I doing this? I believe the world needs more women leaders to balance the masculine and feminine energies. The world is a scary place right now. We need more of that feminine energy to heal the planet, to heal humanity. We need to collaborate, connect, cooperate, co-create in community with each other. I know the pain and heartache of being taken for granted and taken advantage of and being just burnt out. I want to make it easier for you to achieve your goals and live a happier, healthier life. That's one of my superpowers, is to use my experience to shortcut other people's success. And I wish someone had helped me with all of this decades ago. It would have saved me a lot of time and money and heartache. So what's next is schedule that connection call with me. There's a button underneath this video screen. There's one to access the Reduce Overwhelm course I shared earlier, and then there's a button below that to schedule a connection call with me. I look forward to connecting with you, and I appreciate you joining me. And really, I want you to give yourself permission to thrive. So I'm Rayana Starr, and I really look forward to connecting with you and giving you permission to thrive.